Tonight on Fox 56, an emotional day for families of the Kentucky National Guard, the ceremony cheering their send-off. Plus, it was move-in day at the University of Kentucky. Some students share their expectations for the new school year.
And rain and storms will likely impact your Monday morning commute. I'll have the details coming up.
Live from Lexington, our home, your news. This is Fox 56 News at 10.
Hello, it's good to have you with us this Sunday. I'm Bodie Brooks. First on Fox tonight, multiple car crashes in Lexington this weekend have left 2 people dead. One crash police are blaming on 40-year-old Christopher Parrish. He was arrested and charged with a hit and run near West Loud and Broadway Saturday night. The incident happened at around 11:30. One man was found dead at the scene. Parrish has been charged with aggravated DUI. The name of the victim has not yet been released. The investigation is still ongoing. The investigation also continues into a deadly accident that happened early this morning. It happened just before 3 a.m. between Richmond Road and Alumni Drive. Police say a car hit a pedestrian who was found dead when they arrived. The names of the driver and victim have not been released. 2 people have died in Lee County after a crash last night. Kentucky State Police say a little before 9 p.m. troopers got a call about a 1-car crash and possible entrapment. Troopers found an overturned Ford F-150 that had lost control and went over an embankment. Both 39-year-old Joshua Reed and 61-year-old Charles Dennis were pronounced dead at the scene by the coroner. Well, it was a steamy Sunday, and if you were lucky enough to miss out on some rain, the chances are that you'll definitely see it tomorrow. So Peyton Hinkle, let's lead us off with the Weather Authority forecast.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we do have the return of showers and storms across the area as we head into your Monday, but the good news is it doesn't last for long, and I'm tracking some fall-like weather as we get to the middle of the week. But we got to get through Monday first. Let's take a look at the home view outside right now. You can see the tower cam. Not much going on in Lexington. We had some showers and storms around earlier today, but right now it is dry this evening, and we do still have the risk for a couple of those showers and storms, but again, I think most of us are going to stay dry for a lot of the night, and then those rain chances really increase as we head into the start of your Monday. Temperatures right now still the upper 70s, 78 degrees here in Lexington. Winds are pretty calm, only around 6 miles per hour at this hour. All right, let's take a look. We do have 1 shower still. No lightning with this. It's pretty light over portions of Morgan County. This is working its way up into portions of Elliott County as well. Same story down towards Paintsville, northern Johnson County, and northern portions of Magoffin County. Again, this is pretty much fizzling out, and there's not much to talk about with this. It's continuing to push off to the east. So most of us dry this hour. This is really the only shower we're tracking. However, there will be the risk for a few showers and thunderstorms across the area as temperatures slip into the lower 70s tonight. Now, as we head into the day tomorrow, we are talking about a lot more rain and storms. Some of them could be on the strong side. Tonight, low temperatures will dip down to the low 70s, 71 Lexington, 60s out in the valley, 68 Jackson, 68 Hazard, 70 down in London, 69 down in Somerset. Coming up in just a few minutes and my full forecast, I'll time out what you can expect because I do think some of those heavier rain, I should say, and the storms could impact your Monday morning commute. I'll let you know how long the storms stick around and when we could see some severe storms as well. Bodie.
Peyton, thank you. A mix of emotions as families gather during a departure ceremony for the Kentucky National Guard preparing to deploy to Southwest Asia. Our Vasi Proko shows us more from the ceremony. Vasi.
The 138th Field Artillery Brigade will be heading to Southwest Asia in support of Operation Spartan Shield. And today, a ceremony was held to honor the brave men and women who are leaving home.
A ceremony saying goodbye to our heroes.
Kentucky Thunder is ready to lead efforts supporting the ongoing air and missile defense network, and I meant that word. Our Kentucky Guard doesn't just show up, we lead. No matter where we are, no matter what mission we are called to, you all step to the forefront and others follow you.
Kentucky National Guard's 138th Field Artillery Brigade, known as Kentucky Thunder, were celebrated with their families during a departure ceremony before deploying to Southwest Asia.
I'm prepared for the deployment. You know, the deployment doesn't bother me at all, other than leaving the family. The last time I came home from a deployment, my daughter standing with me was 3.5 months old, and that was the first time I held her. And so here she is with me today at the age of 10. It'll be my last deployment. And I'm excited to go, but at the same time, a little bit of heartbroken leaving her and her younger sister behind.
Chaplain Lieutenant Colonel Shane Blankenship and his wife Hannah have been married for 13 years, but say this deployment will be different for them, now having kids.
I think in a lot of ways, it's probably the hardest part of it, missing their life and missing what's going to happen over this next 9.5, 10 months together.
I think just having daddy home, that safety and that protection and the love, it's always hard, and that goes away.
Even with leaving immediate family back home, the Kentucky National Guard has its second family to lean on.
It's a bond that it's really hard to describe. You talk about birthing those friendships, and in a true sense, it's our second family, right? We have our immediate back home, but even within the uniform, the male and female within the uniform, they become a second family. We'll go for the bat for each other.
Roughly a third of the Commonwealth was represented in the small group of soldiers, with 41 of Kentucky's 120 counties represented.
And families will say their goodbyes for departing members of the Kentucky National Guard tomorrow morning. Bodie.
All right, Vasi, thank you. Well, it's a big week for students across the Bluegrass. A lot of districts head back to class this week. This weekend was the time to get all those last-minute things done, including haircuts. Cutting Up Barbershop in Richmond offered free haircuts today to kids who were headed back to school. Last year, the shop gave about 60 free haircuts, but this year that number went up to 93. One parent says every bit of help when it comes to back-to-school season is appreciated.
I think it gives the kids great confidence, but it's also a help for single mothers like myself who really can't afford it because they bought school supplies and school clothes. So any little bit of help, it helps. It's nice to know that somebody has your kids back, even in just the smallest gesture.
Owner Brian Crutchfield says when he first came to the store that people were lined up waiting to get free haircuts.
When I was in barber school, that's my barber instructor. Shout out to Miss Yates, Brenda Yates in Lexington. She always told us, community service is key, and it's a nice way to get your name out for one, for your, to build your business and your brand. But at the same time, it's just always good to give back any way you can. So I mean, this is definitely a good way to give back. It's my treat. It's the smiles for me, and the parents and the kids. Everybody's it's just one good vibe in here today.
Crutchfield offered pool table games, a PlayStation, and free burgers and hot dogs for all the kids and parents as they waited for their haircuts. More good news for a recovering hero. The Louisville Police Department gave an update on Officer Nick Wilt earlier today. They say he is enjoying life back home after being released from the hospital, but there is still a lot of work to go on the road to recovery. Officer Wilt was injured in the line of duty when he responded to a mass shooting in April at Old National Bank in Louisville. The department added that Nick continues working hard in outpatient therapy, and he has goals that he is working hard to achieve. The University of Kentucky started welcoming students today. University staff anticipates that this year's class will be the largest Big Blue move-in in the institution's history. Our Hannah Jackson was on campus with incoming students and staff to get their reactions for the upcoming year.
A lot of emotions right now, and I'm trying to keep it together.
All sorts of emotions on campus this morning as students are saying goodbye to their loved ones as they start this next chapter in their lives. Over these next 3 days, nearly 7,000 first-time freshmen and transfer students will move into the University of Kentucky resident halls to begin their first semester at UK.
I feel like I've, almost been stuck as the same person since the pandemic. I'm sure a lot of people can relate, but it's nice to just be able to see people's faces and be able to interact with people and do this all together rather than just individually.
Excitement and anticipation has been building as the arrival of this day finally arrived. But there were a lot of emotions behind those big smiles for many.
Being scared, being nervous, but excited at the same time. It's a new chapter of his life. It's going to be a new chapter for us when we get home. A lot more quiet in the house, so we'll see what happens.
It's not just a big day for those moving in. There were a lot of hands working to make sure the campus was nice and welcoming for those coming to drop off their kids. Jamal Bradley, a groundskeeper at the University of Kentucky, said it was all hands on deck these past couple of weeks leading up to move-in day.
It's a good feeling. I like helping people, so any chance I get, I don't mind giving an extra hand. Everybody's coming in to see our work that we have done and prep for, I guess, in a sense, but we enjoy it.
As the first day of move-in has come to an end, many are excited to see what this year holds. In Lexington, Hannah Jackson, Fox 56 News.
Well, there is a new poll out in Kentucky's governor's race as more controversy over transgender children roils the campaigns. We'll break down your week in politics next.
The first 10 minutes of Fox 56 News at 10 were brought to you commercial-free. Sponsored by UK Federal Credit Union.
Here's a look at your week in Kentucky politics. A newly released poll shows Governor Andy Beshear continues to hold a lead against Republican challenger Daniel Cameron. The poll, taken over 2 days last week by Public Policy Polling, shows Beshear with an 8-point lead over Attorney General Daniel Cameron. The poll, taken by more than 700 Kentuckians, found 56% had a favorable opinion of Beshear, while 42% share that opinion about Cameron. A July poll of 500 registered voters by Public Opinion Strategies put Beshear at a 4-point lead. Following last week's first day of school transportation disaster in Jefferson County, a number of state lawmakers are pushing for a school choice amendment to go on the ballot. 12 GOP lawmakers that represent parts of Louisville in the state capitol signed on to a letter asking the governor to call a special session. They say action needs to be taken immediately to enact policies they say will protect students and support families. Attorney General Daniel Cameron is calling attention to conflicting claims over gender reassignment surgeries in Kentucky. A newly surfaced letter by UK Healthcare's chief physician sent back in March to a Kentucky lawmaker shows the hospital performed what it says is a small number of non-genital gender reassignment surgeries on minors, such as mastectomies on older adolescents, rather. After Beshear released a campaign ad saying the surgeries don't happen in Kentucky, Cameron is asking what the governor knew and when. Beshear is maintaining his office had no idea.
If this governor had even a shred of a relationship with our General Assembly, he would have known the truth. So either he didn't know that these surgeries were happening, or he did, and he just lied about it.
Now, every piece of information that had been provided to the governor's office from the Fairness Campaign and others from major medical associations and, major medical providing groups were that they did not happen in Kentucky. That letter was new to me, though apparently it had been sent to somebody else months earlier, which raises questions on its own.
All forms of gender-affirming care are now banned for minors in Kentucky. The letter was sent while lawmakers were still debating the bill, which Beshear later vetoed. Beshear says he has never supported reassignment surgeries for minors and would have signed the bill if the ban only went that far. The governor announced some priorities for his proposed 2024 through 26 budget this week. If he's reelected, Beshear says he will reinstate a defined pension benefit for state officers and increase salaries and training pay for troopers. Beshear also says he wants to create a $20 million fund to provide body armor for officers. State Republicans, however, criticized the news conference as a political move. The veto-proof GOP supermajority General Assembly has the ability to create and pass its own budget without the governor's influence. Kentucky voter registration continues to grow ahead of the November election. Secretary of State Michael Adams announced this week that more than 6,100 new voters were added in July. It's the fifth month in a row that registrations have outpaced voter removals. The highest rate of voter registration isn't among Republicans or Democrats, but independents. Adams says that's likely due to political polarization. The GOP now accounts for 46% of the electorate. Democrats make up 44%. 10% of voters are now registered as other. That's a look at your week in Kentucky politics.
Well, more rain and storms are on the way. You can see our storm system just off to the west starting to develop. It's going to continue to work towards our area and could impact your morning commute. I'll have all the details coming up after the break.
Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot is $36 million, and Monday's Powerball jackpot is $215 million. May the odds be ever in your favor.
You're watching Fox 56 News. Our home, your news. Now, your forecast from Fox 56 News, the weather authority.
pretty quiet Sunday for us weather-wise, Peyton, but you can feel it in the air. It is getting juiced up right now for some pretty active weather we can be expecting in the morning.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad out there. Partly sunny skies for most of your Sunday. This evening, we had a few of those showers and storms, and we still have one of those showers actually over in portions of eastern Kentucky at this hour. And if you take a look here, I mean, really, it's very light and beginning to fizzle out. You can see it pushing off to the east from portions of Morgan County back into Elliott, working into Johnson and even southern Lawrence County. But again, it's beginning to fizzle out. The bigger story is the storm system we're tracking just off to the west. So let's take a wider look here at the map. You can see high pressure, which we like to call the weather good guy. It brings us better conditions, is pushing off towards the Atlantic coast. An area of low pressure just back off to the west, back towards St. Louis. And you can see some of that shower and storm activity beginning to work its way off to the east here. So we're going to continue to watch this. It's going to continue to develop overnight and bring us the risk for even some strong storms as we head into the day on Monday. So this is what we're tracking as the next big thing. Let's time it out for you. Again, overnight tonight, we could see a few showers or storms. Futurecast isn't doing a great job picking up on these, but I think some of us could see those. Notice as we're approaching the morning commute, this is working from west to east. Likely going to be seeing some rainfall, some of it heavy at times. And look at some of these cells. Some of these could even be on the strong side. So that's why I say, especially if you're leaving between, say, 7 a.m. or so and 10 a.m., probably want to give yourself a little bit of extra time on the area roadways tomorrow, as some of this rain will likely be falling at a pretty good clip there. That'll continue through about lunchtime. You can see there starts to be a lull develop kind of off to the west, and then as we head into the afternoon and evening, some more scattered shower and storm activity is possible as well. Then that gets out of here, and it makes way for a pretty nice Tuesday around here. Cooler conditions. It's going to feel like fall, drier conditions as well. But first, again, we have to get through the severe weather threat. The entire Fox 56 News viewing area is under a level 2 risk for severe weather. The main threats look to be the threat for damaging winds, some hail, and very heavy rainfall. So stay weather aware tomorrow. It's a great opportunity to download our Fox 56 Weather Authority app. You can scan the QR code on your screen here and get the latest weather information and get customized alerts for any severe weather that may be wherever you are. And you can track the shower and storm activity on our radar in the app there as well. All right, outside right now from the home view, not too bad. Again, we have those light showers out in eastern Kentucky, but they're pretty much fizzling out. The rest of our areas on our cameras here are dry from London back towards Somerset. Same story here in Lexington and back towards Paris. And again, a lot of us are going to stay dry tonight. However, especially as we get into the early morning hours, could begin to see some shower and storm activity out there. So temperatures right now still in the upper 70s here in Lexington, 78. It's 73 Mount Sterling, 74 out in Jackson, 72 Hazard, still 78 in London, and 79 down in Somerset. So tonight, a few of those showers and storms remain possible, but otherwise it'll be mostly cloudy with temperatures falling into the low 70s. Areas out in eastern Kentucky could dip into the upper 60s, kind of like what we saw last night around here. Tomorrow, make it up to around 84. Rain and storms likely, especially in the morning through about lunchtime. The severe threat is possible, so stay weather aware because there could be some strong to severe storms again with some damaging winds and very heavy rainfall. 7-day forecast looks like this. We just have to get through tomorrow. That's what we're tracking as the next big thing. Then things dry out. It turns fall-like by Tuesday. High temperatures only in the 70s for the middle of the week. It's going to be really nice on Wednesday. Plenty of sunshine stays around, but look at that. It doesn't last for very long. We get back into more August-like weather by the time we get to the weekend, with temperatures making it back into the 90s by Sunday. Guys.
Getting a nice little taste of fall there. Get the best of both worlds, almost 2 seasons all in 1 week.
I like that weekend. We need pool weather. A little bit more pool weather. We're not ready for summer to be over.
You get a little bit of pool weather, but you also get a little taste of fall, because with fall, you know, we also get football.
That's true, right? And we're excited. I know we're hanging out in the summer, but it's going to be nice to have college football back here in Lexington. September 2nd is when the Cats get going. Now, of course, there's a lot going on for this football team. They got big shoes to fill at the quarterback position. Will Levis is gone, of course. We've talked a lot about Devin Leary. He's been looking good, powering through fall camp. This team's getting better and better every day, but maybe the most improvement is from that most important position. Leary is learning on the fly. He's learning this new offense. He's ready to take over. Mark Stoops is pretty happy with what he's seeing out of QB1. You're going to hear from both of those fellas next in sports. Stay with us.
Download the Fox 56 Weather Authority app today. Fox 56 Sports.
Welcome back. Kentucky was in desperate need of a quarterback this offseason with Will Levis off to the NFL, and the backup's really not ready for SEC competition. You can watch the bowl game and figure that one out pretty quickly. But Devin Leary was a huge pickup in the portal, and while we wait to see him take the field, the buzz out of fall camp is that this guy's ready to rock. He showed flashes of really good quarterback play at NC State, and now, of course, needs to prove that in the SEC. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, it's all about building this team chemistry in camp, which he has done, emerging as one of the leaders on the team and building chemistry with his offense. He's worked really well with Liam Cohen, a good relationship with his O-line, and maybe the biggest one right here, a really important reps in practice to build chemistry with his wide receivers. He's got some serious playmakers on the outside that are going to make him look really good if he's able to get them the ball cleanly. So we're less than 3 weeks away from the start of the year. Seems like they're right on schedule, both on and off the field.
You know, at first I just wanted to put my head down and go to work as soon as I got here. I didn't want to be a super rah-rah guy or feel entitled to anything, and it was my job to earn players that have been here for a while respect like JJ. And, you know, I just think the more that I practice and more that I get around these guys, they can see my true personality, and, you know, we're only going to grow from here.
Devin getting a little more, you know, full go reps, you know, it was really good for him to see and be comfortable in there. There's things that he did extremely well, and there's some areas where he'll see that needs to just be more patient and go through the progression.
We're going to talk a lot more about this team and our other college football teams and a lot of other football tonight on the OT at 11 o'clock. So make sure to stay tuned. When we get done with our newscast, don't change the channel. Stay here. We got a lot of sports news for you, as well as the Kentucky men's soccer team. We got talk on them. They held Fan Day today. They got back at the Bell for the first exhibition. So we got those highlights for you later in the show, Bodie.
All right, Mike, looking forward to it. Still to come on Fox 56 News. Peyton gives us another look at this week's weather, plus a fourth indictment for former President Trump, how likely charges could come this week in Georgia. Details ahead.
You're watching Fox 56 News. Our home, your news. From Lexington, our home, your news. This is Fox 56 News at 10:30.
Thanks for sticking with us this half hour. I'm Bodie Brooks. Indictment number 4 could be coming down the pipe for former President Trump, who's still the far and away front runner in the GOP field for 2024, despite his mounting legal woes. Fox News correspondent Matt Finn has that story from Georgia.
Within the next 24 hours, it's possible a grand jury may begin hearing evidence in a possible indictment against former President Donald Trump here in Fulton County, Georgia. It would be the former president's 4th indictment. These charges are related to alleged criminal behavior from the 2020 election here in Georgia. Yesterday at the Iowa State Fair, President Trump talked to a reporter about the potential indictment.
Is there any chance you take a plea deal in Georgia?
We do nothing wrong. We don't ever take a plea. It's called election interference. You know what that is? Because these indictments are brought out by Biden. You can't even put 2 sentences together.
In downtown Atlanta, security is increasing. Georgia's former Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan has confirmed that he will testify before a Fulton County grand jury on Tuesday. Fulton County DA Fannie Willis has been investigating whether Trump and his associates broke state laws when they allegedly tried to overturn Trump's loss in Georgia in 2020, with Trump placing that now infamous phone call to Georgia's Secretary of State asking him to find votes. Trump faces potential RICO laws here in Georgia, which are classified as racketeering or organized crime. Trump has been increasing his attacks against the DA, posting on his Truth social media, quote, "I made a perfect phone call of protest. What does phony Fannie have to do with me?" And it is our understanding that a long list of Trump's associates could also be named in this indictment. In Atlanta, Georgia, Matt Finn, Fox News.
Well, prepare for a wet start when you head out the door on Monday. Peyton Hinkle is timing out the impact to your day. Peyton.
Yeah, Bodie, it wasn't too bad out there for your Sunday. We had partly sunny skies pretty much most of the day. And then this evening, we saw some of those showers and thunderstorms. What's left of those is pretty much fizzling out. You can see there was some light showers over Morgan County, now working in to portions of Elliott and back into, Johnson and Lawrence County now. But again, they're really fizzling out as they work their way off to the east. Now, back off to the west, that's a different story. We have more shower and storm activity, and this is what's going to start to develop and work its way towards us as we head into your Monday. You can see this area of low pressure back off to the west spinning here. It's going to continue to develop as the night goes on and work its way to the east, bringing us the risk for some heavy rain and even some stronger storms for the start of the week. All right, but tonight, we got to get through tonight first. It's pretty calm out there here in Lexington this evening. We saw a light shower here at the station, but other than that, we didn't see too much here in downtown. 78 degrees right now. Temperatures over the next 12 hours or so slowly going to fall down into the low 70s by early tomorrow morning. Out in eastern Kentucky, could get up into the upper 60s. Coming up in my full forecast, we're going to talk more about tomorrow's rain chances. I'll time it all out for you and let you know when we could see some strong and severe storms. Bodie.
All right, thank you, Peyton. Up next, we are going around the world in 56. The Pentagon potentially making big changes to the National Guard. We'll tell you what they're considering ahead.
You're watching Fox 56 News. Our home, your news.
A scary scene in Michigan during an air show today. You can see here pilots had to eject themselves from the plane before it crashed near an apartment complex. Luckily, the pilots are in good condition and landed in a lake. There are no deaths reported. The incident is still under investigation. Some of the worst flooding in decades, forcing Russians to evacuate, and why changes could be coming to the National Guard. Those stories and more as we go around the world in 56. More than 2,000 people are being evacuated from flooded areas in the far east region of Russia after heavy rains from a tropical storm. This aerial footage shows rescuers trying to help families by boat in an area which is seeing the worst flooding in a decade. The Russian Emergency Situations Ministry says 5,000 buildings are flooded due to the downpours in the region that borders China and North Korea. Pope Francis paid tribute to the victims of a shipwreck off the Italian island of Lampedusa and to the other migrants who have died at sea since the beginning of the year. The pontiff made his comments during a Sunday message in Vatican City. 41 migrants lost their lives when their boat sank after it was hit by a big wave on its way to Italy. Francis also prayed for the victims of the fires that have devastated Maui. The Pentagon says it is developing plans to restructure the National Guard in Washington, D.C. It's part of an effort to address the problems that surfaced during the January 6th insurrection and security breaches during the 2020 protests over the murder of George Floyd. Some of the changes under consideration include revamping how the aviation unit operates and possibly even taking a closer look at the leadership of the D.C. Guard itself. Some kittens and cats are helping yogis in New Delhi, India, mastering their poses. Yoga lovers take an hour-long break from their daily life to gather in a studio for the Paw Hour. It's an initiative to encourage pet adoption and help people to relax from the stress of life. Cats get to wander the room and sometimes play with the practitioners. Up next, 5 things to know before you go to bed. Coming up, an app giving people the chance to talk to God? We'll explain next.
Scan the QR code on your screen now and download the Fox 56 News app, sponsored by the Kentucky Lottery. Over $4.8 billion in grants and scholarships.
Americans are spending more money on a monthly basis. And girl math, what is it and how it's taking the summer by storm? These are 5 things to know before you go to bed. The average family spent $700 more in the month of July than they did 2 years ago. This according to Moody's Analytics. That increase in spending is mostly driven by inflation as Americans are spending more at the grocery store and on housing costs. Plus, they're having to dole out more when it comes to buying, maintaining, and insuring vehicles and on recreational services like cable. Of course, paychecks have also grown over the past 2 years, but not by as much as the cost of living. The pause on student loan payments are coming to an end this fall after more than 3 years of relief, a cause for concern for millions of Americans with payments looming. Personal finance experts are offering tips for students and parents stressing out about resuming loan payments come October when the pandemic-era policy ends. Topping the list of advice being offered, first, become aware of the problem and the payments must be made, they warn, so it's important to stick to a budget and follow it. That process includes making a detailed plan by listing smallest to largest debts and tackling them in order. The phrase girl math is a new trend taking social media by storm this summer. It all started on TikTok and is gaining popularity online, particularly among women, and it's a term being used to justify lavish purchases. Everything from hot pink outfits for the Barbie premiere to purchasing pricey Taylor Swift tickets. Girl math involves breaking down the price of costly items to justify the extravagant purchase, including taking into account the long-term benefits, numbers of uses, if there's a discount, and the personal satisfaction of the purchase. Burger King is diving into wrap wars. The fast food chain is joining many others that have a lineup of wraps. Starting Monday, Burger King customers can order any of the 3 new BK Royal Crispy Wraps. The crispy chicken wraps come in classic, spicy, and honey mustard versions. They'll cost $2.99 each and are in BK restaurants for a limited time. You can now text with Jesus with this AI-powered app. The new app called Text with Jesus says users can talk to Jesus, Mary, and Joseph for no charge, and it's powered by artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. Now, if you want to stir up trouble, you'll pay the price. You can unlock talking to Satan for $2.99 a month. Must be the going rate for souls these days. That was 5 things to know before you go to bed. Now let's get another look at the weather with Peyton.
Now, your forecast from Fox 56 News, the weather authority.
Well, it wasn't too bad out there for most of your Sunday today. We did have some shower and storm activity, though, across the area this evening. That's beginning to fizzle out. We did have this light shower in portions of eastern Kentucky, but again, pretty much it's fizzled out as it's worked towards the Kentucky-West Virginia border, and most of the area is dry at this point. This is just a little bit of radar clutter kind of showing up on the screen there. But just back off to the west, you can see shower and thunderstorm activity not too far, and that's going to be our next weather maker, bringing us the chance for very heavy rainfall and even some strong to severe storms across the area as well. So let's take a wider look at things here and kind of give you a bigger picture of what we can expect. Here it is. Satellite and radar high pressure kind of gave us those peaks at the sun earlier today, but it's starting to work its way off towards the Atlantic coast, and just back off to the west, here's this area of low pressure starting to develop. And again, it's going to be the next weather maker that basically parallels and kind of comes right across Kentucky tomorrow, bringing us the risk for some of those stronger showers and storms. And again, we'll talk about the severe threat in just a second, but first I want to time it out. This is what we're tracking as the next big thing. Tonight we could have a few of those scattered showers and thunderstorms. I think we do have the next few hours of dry time, but we would likely could see some more develop, especially in the early morning hours. And then here it comes just in time for the morning rush. We likely could be dealing with some heavy rainfall at times. Look at some of these cells, maybe even some strong to severe storms as well. So definitely want to tune in first thing tomorrow morning starting at 5 a.m. Chief Meteorologist Justin Logan will have the latest on this line of storms as it works through. But again, I would just give yourself some extra time for the morning commute tomorrow, especially if we're dealing with widespread heavy rain. This will kind of linger through midday, and then once we head into the afternoon hours, we'll begin to get a little bit of a break here before we'll see some more development of scattered shower and storm activity. Now behind that, it begins to dry out, and temperatures are really going to kind of take a dive. High temperatures on Tuesday are going to be pretty chilly around here, or fall-like. I shouldn't say chilly, more fall-like, not August temperatures for sure. Severe outlook tomorrow. We are under a level 2 risk area-wide for severe weather, so you'll make sure you want to stay weather aware. You can download the new Fox 56 Weather Authority app, scan this QR code on your screen, get customized weather alerts just for your location wherever you are, and you can track these storms with the radar in the app. And of course, we're also updating videos and providing updates on our thoughts on what things are going to happen tomorrow. So make sure you go ahead, download this, and get the latest weather information. All right, outside right now, not too bad across the home view. It's dry in all of our cameras from Lexington to Paris. Same story down in London and in Somerset. But again, changes are coming just in time for the start of the work week. So enjoy the next few hours while we have some dry time if you have to get out or get anything done, because again, it goes downhill first thing tomorrow morning. Temperatures right now, 78 Lexington. It's a little cooler out in eastern Kentucky, 72 Hazard, 78 London, 77 down in Williamsburg. I think this sensor is a little bit off down in Somerset. It's a little cool considering all the temperatures we're seeing area wide. Tonight, though, we'll dip down to around 71 here in the city. Areas in eastern Kentucky could make it up into the upper 60s. Mostly cloudy, and a few showers or storms can't be ruled out. Tomorrow, rain and storms likely, a high of 84, and some of those could be on the strong to severe side, so stay weather aware. 7-day forecast, though, after tomorrow, things look pretty good. It's very fall-like from Tuesday into Wednesday with high temperatures in the upper 70s, but it doesn't last too long. We're talking about 90-degree days again once we get back into next weekend. All right, stay with us. Michael's back with sports after the break.
Download the Fox 56 Weather Authority app today. Now, Fox 56 Sports, sponsored by Arby's.
Welcome back. Not only did the Kentucky men's soccer team lose a ton of talent from last year's team, like Aitor Bjorgolfsson, who was drafted in the second round of the MLS draft, 7 guys went pro. So they're replacing a lot of talent, and they just want to get rid of the bad taste in their mouth after the way last season ended, losing in the Sweet 16 at home after going undefeated all year. That was their one and only loss. It's hard to see another perfect regular season happen, but hey, that's why you play the games. They're taking on Southern Indiana today in the first of 2 exhibitions. What a ball from Max Miller into the box. Finn Ballard McBride heads it in. A beautiful play right there. That is football. To take a 1-0 lead. That was the 17th minute. 1 minute later, Southern Indiana ties it up. Defense doesn't get back. Crowd's going, oh boy. But how about this? 2 minutes later, the 20th minute, UK strikes again. Alfred Boffey, perfect pass to Ben Damgey, who buries it into the back of the net. Damgey, one of the returners, key guys for this team. That was a wild sequence. 3 goals in like 4 minutes. Kentucky goes ahead and gets the 4-1 win, and they are just ready to get out there and have a good season.
Oh, it feels fantastic. You know, the off season is very productive. It was very productive winter and spring, but then of course in the summer with camp and everything, you're just waiting, and I think it's been a very productive first week for the guys. The guys have worked really hard. It was nice to be able to play everyone today, and we scored some fantastic goals. But no, it's just, we know that we have a special group, and we also know that we have a lot of work to do to be as good as we were last year. But judging off of today and with everyone playing, I think we're very, very excited after a very productive first week.
The Kentucky women's soccer team also held its fan day last night with an exhibition against Marshall, and they took care of business, winning 2-0. Mia Bookard with a nice header there in that one. They get the regular season started on Thursday at the Bell against EKU. All right, speaking of EKU, the Colonels football squad wrapped up week 2 of fall camp yesterday with the scrimmage, and they look good. QB1 Parker McKinney threw a couple nice touchdown passes, a couple good runs, and the defense was just not up to par, not to Walt Wells standards. Check this out. It was a funny moment. Later in the scrimmage, they're running a simulated set backed up to their own goal line. They hand it off to Braden Sloan. He gets a good 5 yards. That's good for the offense, but not for the defense. Walt Wells was immediately challenging his boys in maroon, yelling at his guys. That's not good enough. The game is won up front, and a few expletives there. That's a defensive line that lost all of its starters. So next play, they stuffed the ball carrier for only a yard. That's good. Wells says, hey, that's better. Come on, O-line, where are you at? He's just challenging his guys. You love to see it. The intensity, even in the first scrimmage, they knew really that they have some extremely high goals. They know what it takes to get there, pushing his guys. So we're going to hear from Walt Wells coming up in just a few minutes on the OT at 11 o'clock. So stay tuned. We got a lot of football talk for you.
You know, the best coaching always comes with a little tough one.
Man, he's a good coach, and he loves his guys, but you got to get into it, man.
All right, a quick look at the forecast before we head out.
Yeah, so tomorrow, especially during the morning commute, probably want to give yourself some extra time. Showers and storms possible. Some of them could be on the strong to severe side, but look at that. It's turning fall-like by the middle of the week, but it doesn't last too long. We heat things back up by next weekend, guys.
All right, the morning team will have more at 5 a.m., but stick around. The OT up next.
Yes, sir.